Just run the cable under the carpet. No, it won't leak on it if you just run it under it. Then we don't have to worry about it. That's what I told you for. That's what I said earlier. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us for Grown Man Record Night. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Oh, we got a little Submarino coming in right off the rip. Skinny Artist. Resub for 13 months. Thank you so much, friend. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much. It's very sweet of you. 13 months. That's nothing to sneeze at, you know. Speaking of sneeze, apparently tonight, going to be doing a little solo YOLO show over here. Yeah, it's not what I anticipated. I knew, look, Fever's got some car problems, and he's trying to trade in. What he's got. So they said his engine's going to blow. So he's trading his car in. He didn't want the check engine lights and shit to come back on before he trades the shit in. So yeah, I knew that was happening. So Jay was coming over. Jay sends me a Texas message earlier, as we like to say, and he's not feeling well. Said he feels like shit. I could let you guys in on why Jay feels like shit. I'm just taking a guess. I could be completely off base here. What's up, Corey, Vance, MT? Some of the folks I hadn't said hello to yet. I said hey to Vance earlier, but I'll say it again. Steve's trading in his wiener. This is how this conversation went. Jay comes over the other night, right? Jay was like, "Hey man, you chilling?" He was like, "Yeah man, I'm chilling." I was like, "You know, I gotta let you know that I've been sick, right?" No, I didn't do that on purpose. I'm still not 100%. Still not 100%. So I told Jay, like, I'm still a little bit sketchy. I'm sick. Jay's like, "No, that's cool." Comes over, because Jay never gives a fuck. Comes over. Jay's like, "Hey, can I hit a little DO, you know?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, but like I say, I've been sick, bro. Like, I don't know if that's a good idea." And Jay's like, "No, I don't care." I'm like, "What you mean you don't care?" He's like, "Well, it's just a cold." I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, you ain't gonna die from it or nothing, but I mean, do you like a cold? Colds suck. Like, they're irritating and fuck your week up and shit like that." Jay's like, "Oh, I don't care. Well, it's just a cold." I'm like, I mean, help yourself. You're welcome. But like, what? And now, tonight, he's like, "Oh, I feel like shit." Of course you do. Of course you do. But anyway, so it looks like we're doing a little Vin Scully special, a little solo YOLO show tonight, which is always a nice little challenge to put on the old banana boy, especially last minute. It's happened a few times, especially when I'm still not up to 100% past my sickness. It's like I probably got a sinus infection. I don't know. Like, anyway, a week of sickness and then like a week of recovery where it keeps like relapsing and da-da-da-da-da. But, you know, I ain't complaining. Nobody listens no damn way. That's how I was a little kid and I wanted to play with my friends. It's just a cold. Yeah, exactly. It's the same mentality. 100%. I probably got ringworm. True. That's very true. So anyway, that's kind of where we're at tonight. So we're going to be doing some stuff. I don't have digs of the week necessarily. So we're going to do something that was fun the other night. Taking a page out of number 1 Metal Theologian's book, number 2 Mazzy's book, and do what we call the old blind stab. Yacha! Blind stab. Yacha! So I guess I'll do it only from the rock section tonight because you guys won't believe me. So I'll just I'll do the old turnaround behind and grab a record, and we'll pull it out and we'll fucking talk about it. That's because I spent a lot of money, well, not a crazy amount of money on records, but I spent quite a bit on records in New York. Also, you know, spent a lot of money in New York, period. Look, I don't know if I told this, and this is crass, but please, who are we talking about here? That steak dinner Cameron and me had, it was $3.50 bills. I mean, you know, it's the most I've ever spent on a meal ever. So, you know, it is what it is. And I wouldn't trade it for anything in the fucking world, you know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, I did spend a little money up there, you know what I'm saying? So today wasn't the day to go run out and be like, oh, I don't have digs of the week for the show. I have to show these assholes new records every week. So we're going to do some stuff in lieu of that for Dig of the Week. I do have a soda to talk about. We got some more chips from our pal Mark. Glass Orchid Aftermath, old school VC'er. You guys know Mark D. Whew, baby. He's a fucking champion if y'all ever seen one in my life. So we're going to do another. We got a chip from him. I got a soda pop and actually I put it in the freezer just to make it get icy cold. Maybe it gets a little ice slush in it. Ooh, what are we saying? So we got some stuff that, excuse me. Oh God. I had a piece of something in it. So we're gonna have some fun tonight. Did I look under the dresses? What the fuck? Are you sure it's not AIDS? Oh, it's possible it's AIDS. That's what I said. I got that Yankee AIDS. I went up north. The next thing you know, I got them Yankee AIDS. I don't know, man. I knew them Yankees were dirty. I've been taught that my whole goddamn life. Shit. 100%. But I told Jay when when Jay first told me he was like sick and didn't feel good, and I was like, well, I was like, not to be weird, but like I've heard masturbation will cure a common cold, and Jay was like, I hope it does because I'm almost out of tissues. Okay. That's not the answer I was looking for. And then it got into a conversation about having colds and stuff, and Jay said, you know what a necrophiliac and a alcoholic have in common? They both like cracking open a cold one. The devil made me say it. Good Lord Jesus. Sorry about that, Christ. You can put that in the I owe you pack over there. All right, sorry. So yeah, interesting show tonight. We're gonna be doing the old solo YOLO shit. We'll make the best of it. We're gonna have a good time. We'll take us a couple of shots, maybe. Whew. So if you got a little beverage of your choice, you want to join in on the fun, join in on the fun. If you don't, I understand that too. There's still firm handshakes to go all the way around. So a little earlier show tonight than normal. I don't know. When I'm here by myself, like I don't want to stay up till fucking 4 a.m. I may kind of start this. I know I've said this kind of shit before. And everybody's like, oh yeah, early. What are you doing, 11:45 instead of 12? I think moving forward, this is kind of the where we need to be. Around the 11 p Eastern is kind of where we need to be, because there's exceptions, and I love the late night vibes, but there's times where a record night, and I hate to say this because it's going to be taken the wrong way. There's weekends to where a late night record night session will fuck up the rest of the entire weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm useless on Saturday. I'm out of my mind. And then what do I do Saturday to combat that in the evening? I get fucked up again. Then Sunday, I'm out of my mind. We do the Shelvin show. I go to work on Monday on Mars. I don't know. I'm not looking to get up at 8:30 in the morning to go to Bed Bath & Beyond and shit, but like, you know, I think it would behoove us to just bump it like one HR, you know what I'm saying? Go from like 12 to 11. That way we do a 2-hour show, it's at 1. Still gives us time to rock stuff after the show. You know what I mean? Like, without being crazy. It's, yeah. I think that's going to be a better move for us, because I know, and there's some people on the West Coast that are like we're watching this at fucking 8:30 right now, which is weird. Time zones still freak me out. It's still weird. But like, yeah, I think moving forward, I like that idea. I like that. Mars is a cool place. It is. But it makes it hard to do grown-up work. And there's still Bed Bath & Beyond down there? I have no idea. Somebody asked me today if I was going to go see Oppenheimer, and I'm like, what the fuck is Oppenheimer? I'm literally like, I'm not part of society anymore. And you know what? You can fucking shove it. But yeah, been a really busy couple of weeks too. Like, man, I've been shooting commercials and fucking specials left and right. Plus, I've been sick, so this ain't the night I want to be up at fucking 5:30 in the morning, fucking cracking beers and being like, bro, this is a fucking mistake. Is StreamYard? See, I didn't know Jay wasn't coming. If I do the StreamYard thing over here, which is possible, but I can't use. I have to use one or the other cameras. So I have to set it up like before we even start streaming. I could have did that in between actually, but I just decided not to tonight. You can put on a record since you won't be struggling to hear Jay. That's a fair point. It's a fair point. Yeah, Jay's a mumble talker. You know, I heard today some sad news. Shit, I'm about to throw up in my mouth. Should I throw up in my mouth? Who died today? Somebody died today. Was it Lee Ving? No, he didn't die. Who died? Oh, it was Tony Bennett. That's right. Shut the fuck up, Jerry. And I've got some Tony Bennett records. I was actually gonna lead off the show with a Tony Bennett record tonight, because I actually like really, really love Tony Bennett. And I know he was super old. He got really sick. I think he had Alzheimer's or dementia or something. Like it was pretty tough sledding. Lived a pretty long life. And I've always said, man, he was my quintessential example of. I remember saying this even in my 20s. If I can be Tony Bennett cool as an old man, that's all I've ever wanted to be. As cool as Tony Bennett when I'm an old man. George Michael's sister. All right, let's pipe down. Anybody want to be 96? Yeah, I mean, not really. Not really. But he was, up until that kind of toward the end, he did that album with Lady Gaga. That was good, man. He still had it. And I read that he really, more so than most any other singer, he really, really took care of his voice for decades. He was aware of taking care of his voice and doing the right things. And that's why he could still belt it out, even in his, like, 80s. But, yeah, he was just super cool, man. Super cool guy. I mean, just had that, maybe he's an asshole in person. I don't know. I doubt it. But, like, you know, he just had that kind of, like, zibbity ba 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 kind of thing about him. You love them together, the Bennett guy? Yeah. I thought they did a tremendous job. I'm not a super Lady Gaga fan, but I respect what she does and what she did. You know, like, even the meat suit at the Super Bowl, I tipped that. I mean, that's pretty fucking awesome, actually. But yeah, hated to see Tony Bennett passed. I'm squeaking like fucking Peter Brady over here. Isn't Tony Bennett something like Scatman John? Or Scatman Carruthers? But yeah, it's sad, but man, we should all be so fucking lucky. Live a life like that, for fuck's sake. That's what it's all about. Never been a cooler guy, in my opinion. In music, like, that's about as cool as it gets for me. Especially, it's like somebody that he's not playing blistering guitar riffs. He doesn't wear leather pants, doesn't have long hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, but still the coolest motherfucker ever. So, rip a Rooney, man. Rip a fucking Rooney. Let's do a little shotski, yeah? A little shotski for Tony Bennett. As you guys are pouring your shots out, I'll show you something interesting I figured out today. Oh, I don't see it on there. Fuck. Where'd it go? Did I not save it? I must not have saved it. Anyway, I looked up, I had a picture to describe it, but I wanted to see if anybody else has noticed this. I looked up an album today as I was perusing some of the new stuff that came out today, right? So what I do is I go to the list of stuff that came out today, and I go through all the stuff, and I see what I dig, Steve, Jay, what you guys may dig that I want to talk about here on the program. And then if it's something that I'm just like, that looks like a cool cover or something on a label that I respect and would probably like, I do a little copy paste and I look it up to see if it's any good, right? So I did that with an album today. And when I did, like the Google, where it says like, if you want to see all or like an image search or videos or whatever, one of the tabs said vinyl. It was crazy. I can do it now. Should I do it now? I should do it now. What's the, hold that fucking phone. Let me just look here. It'll take me a second. Discography. Let me just see this. This is the one. See, now it's not doing it. What the fuck? Now it's not doing it. All right, I tried to do it and it's not doing it. The same thing I looked up today, but it's not doing it. But there was actually a tab that said vinyl. So this is what I was looking up right here, honestly. If you see at the top, it's like album. Oh, there's a vinyl records, Bandcamp. But it's like one of the like suggestions was vinyl. And I don't mean suggestions. I mean like one of the tabs on Google. So like images, videos, and one of the tabs was vinyl. I'm sounding like a fucking maniac right now. I don't like it. I don't like it. Do I still use upcoming vinyl? Yeah, Shane, don't pull back the curtain too far. But that's what I use to find the stuff that we talk about each week. So I find stuff that I know that we all care about as a community, and I look for stuff that maybe nobody knows about, and it's brand new to me and brand new to everybody. And yeah, that's the one. That's where I go. Why is this? Yeah, let's do this shot. Little Tony Bennett shot. Appreciate you guys. See, it's better doing this shot at 11:27, 11:37. You know, 12:37. Right? We're ahead of the game. We're ahead of the game. Smooth. Smooth. All right. Something that popped up earlier this week. I'd kind of be interested in this, except I found out kind of what it is. A little Beastie Boys action. Big fans of Beastie Boys here on this program. All the way from way back. Never get enough of the Beastie Boys. Always makes me think of Sweet Tea, too. We love Sweet Tea, and she's a huge Beastie Boys fan, as are all of us. But Hello Nasty is getting a 25th anniversary reissue. You remember that shit? It had Body Moving on it, 3 MCs and 1 DJ. Came out in 98. But what this actually is going to be is a reissue of something that released in 2009. It was this like super mega box set thing. A real limited run. A 4 LP box set. It's got a 21 bonus tracks. 21 bonus tracks. What the fuck? 8-panel gatefold packaging, hardcover, coffee table book, slipcase, and a removable sew-on patch. You can see the patch up there on the top right. I don't know what this is going to be. I didn't click the pre-order thing, but really underrated album. From the Beasties, you know, one of the later shits, and but I love this record, and I tell you what really stands out for me on this record is Mixmaster Mike from the Invisible Scratch Pickles. If any of you guys know, which just reminded me, we need to watch Scratch on a Wednesday night. Remind me this coming Wednesday night, and we'll watch Scratch. I'm counting on one of you guys to remind me, and we'll watch Scratch Wednesday night. But anyway, I don't know if this is the first record that Mixmaster Mike worked with him on, but he was like kind of front and center as the DJ on this. And talk about being on Mars. Mixmaster Mike is on Mars. He has this weird thing about his scratching communicates with aliens. Like, seriously. And yeah, and you can feel this, like, think about that. Another dimension. I mean, all that kind of shit is all across this album. Really bonkers, out there, turntablist style stuff compared to a lot of the other Beastie Boys stuff. But I've always really liked this this record a lot. On the CD for a long time. If Bananas sees that for $20, he's going to jump on it. 100%. Yeah. I mean, it's got a bunch of bonus tracks, but I need to hear what does bonus tracks mean? If you mean bullshit in the studio where you can hear the producer talking, where they stop and start and like there's mistakes, if you're calling that a bonus track, you can skip up to the roof and jump off. It's not a bonus track. It's a fuck up. I don't want to fuck up on vinyl. That's my beef with like the Beatles, Zeppelin, Sabbath, those super deluxe reissue things where there's all this like studio chatter, and then it's like an alternate take. It's like, no, it's a fuck up. But anyway, I love hearing that sort of thing, but I like listening to that kind of thing on like YouTube or something. I don't want to pay $30 extra for the wax to hear stuff like that. If it's like songs I've never heard before, full complete songs that were left off the album, okay, hold that fucking phone. Now we're talking. But yeah, like, I love hearing like producer talk back bullshit stuff, but I like hearing that on YouTube. You know, I don't want that to take up an entire like record. Not even a side or two weirdo tracks on an album, but largely these deluxe reissues. That'll be an entire disc devoted to nonsense like that. I don't know. You go drop the needle on that. You crack you a beer and you sit there like, yeah. I don't. Maybe you do. I don't. I need some beats, son. Some beats. But yeah, really interested to pick up that or see what this is going to come. If it's going to be this deluxe thing, I don't know. But I'm glad it's getting a proper reissue and shit like that. But yeah, what is that, Shane? I'm not clicking on that. My pussy belongs to daddy. Holy fuck! What the fuck are you sending me, Shane? I can't bring it up now, but I can look at it. Oh my god! What the fuck? Fucking Shane? You trying to get me banned? You guys click on that link at your own discretion. I can't bring it up on stream right now for obvious reasons, but I mean, I'm intrigued. I can't lie and say I'm not intrigued. Lewd, exactly. Borston. Let's talk death metal. Where do you guys stand on death metal? I mean, probably where most people stand on death metal. Most people obviously can't stand death metal because it's too extreme. In the 90s, I was eat up with death metal. The more extreme kind of raunchy nonsense I could find, the better. The crazier, the better. The more absurd, the better. I can remember rocking a Walkman with death metal tapes, walking around the NC State campus, just walking like this, and just being like, I wish a motherfucker would. I'll burn this whole fucking campus down. Like, just fucking, I was eat up with like that raw fucking metal energy, you know what I mean? And it was a time in life, you know what I mean? We were just pissed off at everything. Death metal kind of like filled in some gaps there. So it's got its own place. Anyway, the reason I say this, like, I literally almost never go back and listen to things like that nowadays. But I will say, one band that really pops up when it comes to like death metal and that kind of thing, and seems to get a lot of respect even outside of circles that listen to stuff like that exclusively, is Cadaver. And Cadaver had a brand new record that came out today, The Age of the Offended. And I know the last Cadaver record, I heard nothing but great things about this record, the one that has a heart on it or whatever. And it says it's got some more, like, kind of more atmospheric guitar passages. And I'll be honest with you, I popped through this record today. And I was solid as shit, man. I really enjoyed what I listened to. Obviously, super aggressive and shit like that. But like, maybe I just clicked on the wrong passages. I didn't really hear a lot of atmospheric guitar stuff. It just sounded like a fucking death metal record to me. But what's up, Paul? Psycho Platter's up in this mug. But I mean, Cadaver, I don't know how many records they've put out, but they've been around for forever, and it's quality stuff. It's super aggressive. So if you're feeling it, I mean, you put this on, you get some caffeine in you, you go over and you start hitting the heavy bag, boom, you're in business. You know what I mean? Or you're pissed off at your wife, you go out in the garage and start fucking turning screws or whatever. Maybe you put this on. Like, it's got some certain aggression to it, but there is I respect that there's a sense of complexity and musicianship associated with this band that I do appreciate, that goes beyond the bounds of like, oh, it's just a death metal record where everybody's just going, you know, it's more than that. I do agree with that, and I don't like those kind of vocals much anymore. Doesn't really speak to me nowadays, but it's good stuff. I respect them, what they're doing. You guys heard about this band Tail Gunner? So this is a British band that has put out a bunch of singles here recently. It's a brand new band. If you can't tell by the cover or really their sound, because this is what it says their mission is. This is like their mission statement. On a mission, this is a quote. On a mission to put British heavy metal back on the map. That's what they're trying to do. So it's got that Nawabum vibe to it. It's got, what's up, Zorlock? It's got that Nawabum feel at times. It's got kind of a speed metal thing at times. It's got just a classic heavy metal vibe at times. And these guys are brand new. This is their debut record. They released some singles, but they just got signed to put out this new record. It's not bad. It's not bad. If you dig that kind of stuff, you'll probably like this. I wasn't over the moon about it, but in hearing it, I knew that people that watch the program, especially people that enjoy that old school metal vibe, may really like this. So it's worth checking out. Give it a little YouTube or some shit like that. Tail Gunner, Guns for Hire. And these guys like live it. They walk it, they live it. These guys look like they're straight out of 83. I mean, their dress, their demeanor, the haircuts, like everything is like... It's funny because you got guys like on the stoner doom side of things doing the like 70s homage shit, where you're kind of like you wear the clothes and you're super into like the 70s heavy music and stuff like that. But you got guys doing that on the 80s metal side of things as well. Like it's an homage all the way to like their like the overall aesthetic of the band. And this stuff is pretty solid, I have to say. So if you're into this, definitely check it out. Definitely check it out. Tons of great death metal came out over the last 6 to 8 years. Yeah, you're right. Incantation and what was the other big one that like even a lot of people that didn't like? That's how I know if it's something I should probably pay attention to. Is if it's one of those albums. If it's one of those albums where people that don't necessarily are not death metal guys, are like, well, this is a good fucking record. Which I can say that there's some death metal records I'm like that about, as well as like black metal, to where like even though I'm like, I don't jam black metal every day, but there's some black metal albums that blow my fucking socks off. Same with death metal. I don't listen. That's not what I listen to, but like this was one of those ones. That Cadaver record. That's solid. Absolutely solid. We looked at that one. Boom, boom, boom. How I Missed This. No, I'm sorry. This is a different one. Brand new today. I think. Thunder Horse. After the Fall. On that stoner doom tip. This is on the Ripple label. Okay? It's got a little gravitas coming from the Ripple label, right? Here's another kicker in this formula. Texas-based Thunder Horse has a style that's hard to pin down, it says. Doom, psych, occult, plenty of classic rock, Nawabum vibes. This is what the quote says. Close your eyes and imagine the brooding sounds of early Sabbath, massive guitars of Deep Purple and Mountain, all on a sonically mesmerizing Pink Floyd trip. And that's kind of what this kind of brings to the table. And it really does. Now, here's the thing that really stuck out to me. The first sentence of that description, Texas-based. And what I love about Texas-based stoner doom bands, and I'm talking about Wofat here, is that from the very first riff I heard from this album right here, you could 100% hear that Texas influence, that ZZ Top, like muddy ass blues kind of vibe, just like Wofat. You listen to Wofat and you say you're from Texas, you're like, yup, I can definitely hear that. Even though the riffs are heavier, the shit's, but it's got that groove sensibility to it. This band has that same fucking shit. I'm not saying they're Wofat. They're not as good as Wofat. But if you like that kind of shit, this is one to check out, man. What up, Flat, Round, and Spun? How are you, man? Yeah, it's the album cover. Actually, tonight it's weird because some weeks we're talking jazz records, some weeks we're talking punk records, early metal stuff, stoner doom stuff. A lot of stoner doom stuff this week. But where's this other one? I'm missing this one. Oh no, here it is. Speaking of stoner doom stuff. This is the one that, I think it came out in 2020 originally, and I completely missed the boat on this. I think it was originally TP, maybe? Like TP Records? But now there's a Svart reissue. Who farted? And I hate the name of the band. Let me just, front and central, the name of the band is stupid. But the riffs, oof, baby. High Tone Son of a Bitch. This is Life Cycles. I think it was 2020. I'll give you the quote they read here. Originally formed by brothers Paul and Andrew Cott from the ashes of Oakland, prog doom sludge masters Quavo, and preceding the Matt Pike fronted, what he say? Matt Pike fronted Bay Area metal group Callous. It's a supergroup unto itself, it says. Pulled together members and collaborations from bands like Noothgrush, Callous, Hammers of Misfortune, Men of Porn, Melvins, Hawkwind, Neuroses, High on Fire, Sleep, Necrot, The Skull, Worshipper, and more. And I listen to this. Let me tell you something. This is Riff City. This album right here is absolute Riff City. And if it's a 2020 record, unless I'm just faded, I mean, that's a possibility. But I don't know how I missed this record before. I have no idea. But it's, I'll tell you what my idea would be, because the name is fucking stupid. High Tone Son of a Bitch. Dumb name. Dumb name. But killer record, worth checking out. So the Svart reissue is what came out today. It's good stuff. I really enjoyed that. Not you. Now let's get into. Why did my monitor just flashed? Oh, let's get into what we played. That's as loud as I can sing. My voice is like fucking Peter Brady City over here. I'm trying not to end up in a bad way here now. I will say tonight, I say it a lot. Granted, I say it a lot. But tonight, the selection, it was a mix of things that I had in mind that I wanted to play. Some stuff maybe we hadn't heard in a little bit. Some stuff that maybe some newer stuff. And some contributions from the community, cashing in banana bucks to play albums that people wanted to play. And about halfway through, I was like, I'm starting to feel the set. I'm like, man, I'm thinking about what we have played, what we're playing, and what we're about to play. And I'm like, man, this set has got some fucking legs. It's one of those nights where things are just kind of clicking into place. Woo. Baby, baby, baby. You love that feeling. You fucking love that feeling, don't you? If you don't, I do. Woo. Didn't play that. God damn it. I pulled a bunch of stuff from last week. Sorry. The midnight radio voice. Stone Cold Record Night classic album. It's in a top 10 of things all time that we play here on the program. And not busted out in a little bit. One of my favorite jazz records of all time. And it's literally a lot of jazz channels, a lot of jazz guys. Everybody's talking super high quality repressed stuff and audiophile, this and that. God bless them. I love them to death. I love all of them. But the tightest, most expensive, in vogue, reissue thing that you could possibly pick up nowadays. Nah. You step in the ring with this, there's no way it has the soul and the flavor of the George Benson cookbook. And this cover. Baby, baby. That's what it's all about right there. And it's not even a perfect copy. It sounds like it looks. It's made its rounds, you know what I mean? Reginald Denny. But this has got so much soul and flavor to it. You can feel this record. You play this record, the vibes are fucking palpable in the room. And anyway, you know what I'm saying. The George Benson cookbook. It's before Benson gets a bad rap because there's a lot of those kind of elevator-y Benson records that come out, and a lot of people that's what they associate George Benson with are those 70s or late 70s, early 80s Goodwill records that you find that you'll find a surprise track here or there, and he's a monster guitar player. He's such a fucking blistering guitar player, but kind of overshadowed by some of that production of the time, the sound of the time, and it's not his fault. I mean, I was in a rap rock band. What can I tell you? I was a product of my time. Me and George Benson, we got a lot in common. But this is kind of previous to that. This is some of the 60s shit from Benson. I don't even know the exact date on the cookbook, actually. Do I dare try to look for a fucking date on this? Is this going to take 9 minutes and everybody's going to, go to another stream where people are doing other stuff? These glasses make me look crazy. Do they make me look like Chris Brzezinski from Dixieland Farm? I hope so. That's a handsome motherfucker. Produced by John Hammond. I don't know. I don't want to read all this. You guys look it up. Fuck. Why am I doing your own? I'm not gonna. You look it up. Not your fucking dad. I pulled this out secondly. Merv, what's up, baby? Whew. 67? That sounds about right, Merv. Adam and the Ants. Something I had in the collection for a long time. And Kings of the Wild Frontier. And I never really knew a lot about Adam and the Ants. And And it's funny because a lot of punkers like Adam and the Ants, and I've always been a punk fan, but I never really got the era of the style of punk that was a little more low key and rooted in rock and roll. You know, I'm thinking of like super heavy distorted, super aggressive, spiky hair, people moshing, lighting shit on fire kind of punk. But there was that, you know, largely rooted in that kind of New York Dolls, 145, Chuck Berry rock and roll stuff. And I'm not saying this is 100% that, but like it's not like Adam and the Ants were not. There's like kind of a sort of a new wave thing going on there. There's some like early rock and roll vibes in that, but it's not straight up punk rock necessarily. But after I've kind of rediscovered or discovered in the first place some of those punk roots and things, and I've become more open to those types of sounds, go back and listen to a record like Adam and the Ants, and I'm like, hold that fucking phone. Why has this been sitting on my shelf for so fucking long? This is a terrific record. And it's not like, in my mind, when I first started collecting records, let's start like 15 years ago or something. I probably got that record 12 years ago. I would have probably thought, oh, this is an 80s record. You know, I would have filed it away like I would have like Thompson Twins. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I fucking love the Thompson Twins. But like, I would have thought of it like that. I wouldn't have thought of it as like a punk record or even really punk adjacent. Why? Because I was stupid. Well, no, I wasn't stupid. I was ignorant. I didn't know where that belonged. And so I'm happy that it got a little older and progressed. I've kind of worked my way backwards, even within things inside of my own collection, and that's been fun. When I'm like, wait, that kind of sounds like that. I have that. Let's play that, and I'm like, holy shit. Anyway, record I don't pull out very often, but I really dig these guys. Commander Cody and his Lost Planet Airmen. It's kind of that era that where like people that weren't even from the South or really rooted in country, that's a misnomer because there's a huge California country, you know, the Bakersfield Sound, stuff like that. But this is when there was a huge movement across the country discovering like country, how to bridge that gap with country and rock, which didn't always work out so well. I like the way Commander Cody did that though, and what I'm missing and what I really want, and I've wanted it for so long. I've got to just go find it. It's either on just a 7-inch or just a compilation or something. 2 triple cheese side order of fries. That's got to be up there on my want list. It has been forever. I can't remember what but it's not on any of the like regular albums. And I saw that on Turkey TV, that video. You guys have seen the video, the 2 triple cheese hot order of fries. If you haven't, go look it up. It'll blow your mind. Excuse me. But yeah, hadn't pulled this out in a while. I really dig this record. I don't dig all of their stuff. There's always a few tracks. Not a few. There's always a couple of tracks. If there's 5 tracks on a side, there's 3 that's good, 2 that I'm like, But there's the ones that are good, I'm like, oh shit. There was the one he was singing about like a barbecue restaurant in Detroit. Fuck. I mean, that's right up my buddy Hoyle. Or Fever and Jay Morning Tony Bennett. So Fever's got a bad car, and he can't get over here. Jay was a late no-show, a late call-out due to sickness because, well, anyway, it's a story for another day. Jay's sick. That's the Reader's Digest version, Merv, is Jay's sick. Our pal Nick Tronic cashed in some banana bucks and said, dealer's choice, play me a little free jazz /jazz record. And I'm like, okay. Okay. Actually, we played this not too long ago, like one of the sides, and I actually played the other side tonight because I thought this may be. I've learned. I'm a huge jazz fan. Huge. I love sitting and listening to jazz records. But one thing I've heard when it comes to like Friday night on this program, especially as this program has evolved, is being cognizant of like, okay, we can play some jazz records, but keep them up tempo, da 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 da, like, because, you know, yes, I'm playing this stuff for me, but I'm also playing this stuff for you. And I know what things will run people off, right? I'm not an idiot. You know, do I want the numbers to go up, you know? You can say, I don't care about that. I play what I want. Bullshit. You're fucking, shut the fuck up. Of course you want your numbers to go up. And so, you know, I'm not over here playing Britney Spears records just to get, you know, a different crowd of people to come watch and listen. But I know the things that, you know, I can't play a noise record where it's just literally noise, you know, because 75% of people are going to be like, okay, that's cool, but I'm not going to listen to that. Same with like weird jazz records. A lot of people don't vibe on weird jazz records. So it's a selective thing. And anyway, but Nick said, play me something. So I pulled this one out because it has a little, it's a very unique record. James Blood Ulmer, guitar player. And look at this guy. I mean, he's getting it in right there. I mean, there could be a nuclear war happening behind this cat. He would not fucking care. He would keep hammering down on this. Freelancing. The fuck? What do you say? This is on Columbia. I think I got a year here I can access pretty quick. But this is a unique album. Damn it. Oh, 81. It's a unique album, and then it's a free jazz guitar album, but very funky elements to this. There's some kind of lots of slap bass and stuff like that in this, and it is weird as fuck. I mean, it goes off, and it's like Tangent City. It's all over the place in a very, very positive way. But I think in terms of free jazz-ish type stuff, this would be a little more palatable because it does have those funkier elements to it. And so I don't think it would run people off quite as quick. And the other option I was going to play an Ornette Coleman record, which is, I have to say Coltrane is number one for me, but Ornette Coleman is probably number two. And I may even say Ornette Coleman was number one, except from Coltrane is kind of from here, so I kind of have to say Coltrane. But this seemed a little bit pedantic. If you said free jazz and I go reach for Ornette Coleman, that seemed a little bit too much down the middle. You know what I mean? So I went for something a little bit different. Edward James Olmos. What are we talking about? Freebasing? Told you I'm still not 100%. Lots of mucus still floating around. There's mucus everywhere. It's an actual situation. I forgot to mention this earlier, folks. But I don't know what your weekend plans are. I don't know if you're getting up early tomorrow, going up to Lowe's Home Improvement, picking up some stuff to work in your backyard. Maybe you're thinking about throwing something on the grill a little bit later in the evening. Maybe you're thinking about watching your wife take a shower without her knowing. Anyway, tomorrow night, Jay's sick now, but Jay had already told me he's got his kid this weekend, so he wouldn't be coming over tomorrow night. And I was like, I do these streams by myself throughout the week all the time. Saturday night, if I'm here by myself, it's kind of weird. It can get kind of weird. Like, truth be told, that's the one time I'm just like, I don't know, this feels kind of weird. But tomorrow night, caught a little invitation from Mr. Bizarro. I believe I'm going to be doing a little guest set over on Mr. Bizarro's channel tomorrow night for the Cerberus sessions. So if you're not following Mr. Bizarro, I'm sure all you guys are. But be looking out for that tomorrow night. We're going to be doing little Cerberus sessions over there. Should be a lot of fun. And it's going to be extra fun because otherwise I'd be here by myself, which is weird. So fist bumps to Mr. B for that. Appreciate that. So we'll be hanging out over there on his channel tomorrow night. Set them fucking watches. Program them fucking Casios, motherfuckers. This is something I picked up in New York City, which I talked about last week on Dig of the Week. Reached out to Metal Theologian to see what kind of record this was, and man, I've really been enjoying this record, Hellstar, Burning Star, and it's really good. I didn't realize this was as power metal as it was. The cover, which is super fucking cool, and Cliff was saying there's another cover that's got a spaceship or something on it. I wasn't aware of that. But I've listened to this back and forth 3 or 4 times now, and Combat Records, of course. Really enjoy this, really do. And I didn't realize that they were kind of a, you think power metal, you think Maiden, you think Halloween, that European power metal vibe. This was the kind of the quintessential American version of power metal, and they do it quite well, I have to say. They do it quite well. It's a fun record, man. So I'm really glad I picked that up. That's what I like. A lot of these records, I'll always remember. I'll pick these up in New York City. You know what I mean? So that's really cool too. That's a whole nother bag of beans, but you can shove it. Speaking of Mr. Bizarro, cashing some banana bucks to hear side B of Gluey Porch Treatments, the first Melvin's full-length album. This is a unofficial release. This is a weird color or something. I don't think it is. No. This is before there was a good reissue, like an official reissue that came out last year, I believe. I literally bought this like a month or two before the official reissues came out. I think they came out on Ipecac, if I'm not mistaken. But it sounds good. I mean, this is kind of a noisy record anyway, so I don't really split hairs when it comes to like punk and noise and sludge and stuff like that. The difference between pressings on stuff like that, to me, it's kind of negligible. I will say though, I picked up that Killed by Death punk compilation, which is like a modern unofficial reissue on that pink vinyl. I've never heard a bunch of like, and I use this term with all my heart, some shitty, late 70s, early 80s punk bands. Shitty meaning recording, not the spirit in their heart. But it sounds fantastic. And this Melvin's unofficial sounds pretty good, man. I got the volume 1, Scotty. The first one. I bought it up in New York. It's the only like brand new thing I bought in New York. Because I didn't go to New York City to buy like fucking represses. I can buy those off Amazon. And I could have bought Killed by Death also offline somewhere. Online? Offline? Is it on the wagon or off the wagon? You don't know nothing. But it sounds really good. And again, kind of the same thing. I've wanted the album for a long time. And so now when I play that, I'll always remember, like, I bought this in New York City, my first time. So it's got this another level of, like, coolness, like, personal, like, coolness to me. But, yeah. This is Another one I picked up in New York City. We played side B tonight. The Biz Markie album. That's a promo that I thought was a compilation. It's not a compilation. It's an actual album. I can never find the name of this album. It's on here somewhere. I Need a Haircut. The name of the album is I Need a Haircut. This is a promo copy. That's why it's in the profile jacket. So you'd think it'd be a 12-inch single, but it's the full-ass album. I will say, I paid a little bit of money for that, and I'm pretty disappointed in the fact that that's pretty goddamn poppy. For what I paid for that record, I paid $20 for that record. Like 91, but picking up a full Biz record, who's a New York City motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Picked that up in New York City at a hip-hop store. Felt right. You know, all that shit felt fucking right. And I was super happy to do all that, but like listening to that tonight, I'm like, man, that shit's fucking poppy. I don't know, man. But I'm still happy I did it, but like a little disappointed in the shape of that. To be frank. $19 too much for that one. It's good. I mean, I really like the record, but and it's a full ass album, but it was a little poppy. I played this for Bill. Box of Sound had a big birthday last week. I kind of been itching to hear a little Zappa anyway, and I pulled out Sleep Dirt. Love this record, and I always say for my friends that, because I have a select group of friends that really love music and they like weird music and stuff, that just can't wrap their head or can't get into Zappa for whatever reason. For whatever reason, Zappa just doesn't. Yes, it's mastered. It's so low, Merv. It's so fucking low. I had to crank everything up so loud, and it's poppy. Yeah. You're exactly right. I was commenting on that earlier. But this is the one, you know, it's not the quintessential. Maybe you would go for apostrophe or apostrophe. If you were going to try to turn somebody onto Zappa, I would either do apostrophe or I would do Sleep Dirt. To me, it's both of these are like linear records that kind of make sense. They have the vibe and the feeling of a Zappa record, so you can get you understand that he's a weird guy, he does weird things, but not so much that like some of the Mothers records that, like, you know, if you don't like Zappa and you're like, oh yeah, well listen to this, and you put on Uncle Meat or something like that, people are going to be like, all right, just fucking turn it off. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that was the last record we played. Said hot tonight, but that set, whew, I love that fucking set, man. I love that set. Like everything just kind of just fell into place with that. I don't know what it was. Maybe it's just because I'm just in the right kind of mood, you know what I'm saying? We had to process cuts from that album before dubbing to carts on our urban station. Yeah, man. That was, it's so low. Like, I got some bungle reissues that are like that. That's the only other thing I could remember. At least those bungle ones are reissues. That's the promo copy of that record. It's so low. Zappa leans too corny at times. Yeah, I think that's what turns a lot of people off, and it kind of negates for a lot of people how fucking fantastic of a guitar player he really was, and just a composer in general. It's some of the nonsensical stuff that he does, which I appreciate, and I think it's funny. But for a lot of people, they're like, "That's stupid." What's funny about music? There's nothing funny about music. You know, there's some people in the VC I watch. This is how they do their fucking videos. It's like you can just hear like, ain't nothing funny about music. What the fuck's funny about music? This is not funny. Music's not supposed to be funny. But yeah, but I do think that overshadows Zappa's abilities as a guitar player and just as a composer, and just what he did musically is pretty phenomenal. But yeah, some people can't get past like the weirdo nonsense he did. 100%. 100%. Hey, Tinky, you want to say hello to the television people? You come up here. Hop. Aha. Ah, look at the television people. It's internet TV. Okay. What do you know about it? Are you a David Lee Roth or a Hagar guy? Gal. Yeah? Well, that's controversial. Well, I mean, it's your opinion, whatever. Please don't lick my mouse. Don't lick my mouse. Okay. All right. Okay. I don't know if you know anything at all. You may not know anything. You know something? Yo. Why don't we, it's a great opportunity. Oh. Baby. Hey, Creeks. Thank you for becoming a friend of the program. Thank you so much. Welcome to the warmest stream on Twitch, baby. Whew. We're going to run us a little marbles right now. I hate being all fucking nasally, like post-sick. I fucking hate that feeling. Exclamation point vote, then the number of the track you would like to run, folks. Exclamation point vote, then the number of the track you would like to run. I'm trying not to make the snort and eat snot sound on the stream. I know that is less than appealing. But here we are. I am going to pour a shot, though. I'm going to pour a shot. I'm putting it in a Zen. I'm going to probably need another beer. Vote Tink is number one. Don't tell her that. She'll get a swelled head, Shane. Miss, you will also pour a shot. Fantastic. Do I have a shot? I may have... Oh, no. I may have to go grab the... Oh, wait. It's close enough. Sounds like I was pee-peeing. That was not ideal. What is this over here? Where the hell's the records room? All right, boom. Let's see what we got here, folks. Let's move this along. See what's winning here. Anybody voting? I'm just making shit up. We got 2 for number 8. That's all I'm saying. 2 votes. There's only been 2 votes. You guys don't want to play marbles anymore? I'll cancel it. We'll just cancel it out. No marbles. Nope. Nobody cares. '73's got a vote. 8's got 2 votes. We'll give it a couple more seconds. Maybe some of you people are behind. Show's over. I'll just go back to work. We'll just pretend it's Monday. Whatever. All right, cheers, everybody. Appreciate you guys hanging out, even though nobody's voting. Whatever. Go fucking leave, bro. Greta Van Fleet new album today? I didn't see that on the list. Does it sound like Zeppelin again? I don't mean that pejoratively. Got some 73 votes. Part of the problem is my thing's not... doesn't seem to be updating. I don't know, that's weird. I'm going to do 73. Fuck you guys. What's up, Dave? DJ Thunder up in this mug. The Wiz. He's the Wiz. Exclamation point play, please, folks. Get a good spot. Exclamation point play. I voted. We should start making stickers. Have we ran this one before? I don't think so. There's no track record for the community here. Yeah, I think the voting thing wasn't, it wasn't updating or some shit. Technology. What are you going to do? Ridge Racer. Oof. That's a great game. Holy shit, I loved Ridge Racer. You know what's a game that doesn't get talked about enough, Wiz? Is Wipeout XL. Original, like PS1. Wipeout XL. Oof. I used to smoke a blunt in the afternoon, start running some Wipeout XL. Next thing you know, the homeowners are coming home, and I had to go out the back door. It was a whole fucking thing. Burnout 3 takedown! No, what is it, Miss You? What is Miss You's version? Aaron, did you see Miss You's version of this? It's like the fucking Waffle House version of that. Come on, Miss You, what was it? Hash brown, no, what? Fuck, takeout. Hash brown 3 takeout, that's it. Oh, man. Miss You's diaper is stretching? Holy shit. What the fuck are we saying? All right, let's jump into this. I ain't waiting on nobody else. You missed your fucking chance, son. I've got a finite limit on this voice. These magical fucking pipes have a fucking shelf life. And I'm pushing that fucking envelope right now. Oh yeah, and we did. I thought we did run this. Whoa, 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 whoa! Look at that. Everybody's jockeying for position. Oh yes, Kenny Art. That's a nice looking. That's a nice photo. It's a nice little headshot. Are you an actress? That looks like an actress headshot. I'm gonna be honest with you. Do you have an IMDb page? Because I'll go look. Wait, I guess I couldn't look under that name. Fuck. Yeah, we've ran this before, right? Dave's just running away with this thing. Anybody gonna catch his ass? You're not an actress? Okay. Well, you could be. See? There you go. Oh, Miss You! Woo! Not only a subscriber, but a mod. Oh, look at her ball. I've never seen her ball this close before. What'd he say? It's a shiny ball. Look at that. I'm inside of her right now. Oh, man. Aaron Griffin making some moves. The high bank. Everybody's bunched up. I do like that this track keeps things close. Lots of bunched upness. Merv making some moves. Yeah, okay. Okay, I see you, Merv. I'll be seeing you. This is some hard driving. Yeah. You gotta take that line. Shane's in the picture. Whoa. Did Shane just pass Merv? What the fuck? Why do they both say 2? Like Dookie? Dookie. The shady side of the track. On the rough side of the mountain, Jesus. Aaron Griffin's still throwing up. Shane's probably throwing up, but in a different kind of way. Look at everybody lined up. This is crazy. Holy shit. Holy shit, folks. It's coming down to that fucking wire. It's coming down to that fucking wire. Is Shane gonna walk this dog? The dog that's literally on the fucking frame? Ooh. Who is right on his ass? Is it Aaron Griffin? What the fuck? Mod against mod crime right now. This is mod v mod. But don't look now, folks. Nebulous Prowler number 3. That's the place you want to be right here. A little bumping. I saw that bump. I saw that bump, Neb. I saw that. I saw that. Rubbin is racing. I mean, Shane's still out front, but I saw that move. I saw that fucking move. Last lap, you always got to start rubbing, baby. Don't make me bring Lord Earnhardt into this. You know, I have to like follow this action myself, right? It's like running an actual camera. This is like running one of those sky cams. Like, it's not doing this following by itself. I have to do this. Does Shane have the gas to complete this fucking square? These trigonometry jokes. Oh, what the fuck? Well, out of fucking nowhere. RKO out of nowhere. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy on everybody's fucking soul. Let's fucking go. Woo! No way. Y'all need to take your ass to church. What's that taste like? Oh, victory. Woo. Hey, GG's across the board. Except all you guys suck, and I'm the fucking champion. That's the takeaway from this experience. Is you guys are fucking toddlers, and I'm a grown-ass man. That's what that looked like to me. It looked like a fucking grown man going and playing soccer with some kids and just kicking the ball right in their fucking face. That's what it looked like to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm faded. Am I faded? Yeah, I'm faded. All right, let's take a quick... No. Let's do a dig of the week. But what, pray tell, are we going to do for dig of the week?
Reginald Denny.
I'll take a little page out of Metal Theologian's book. And Mazzy. But here on this program, and I need to come up with a little graphic for this. And I think I will. The blind stab. Yacha! Blind stab. Like I said, I didn't buy any records this week. I didn't want to buy records this week. I bought records in New York. Spent a lot of money in New York. I've been busy this week. The time I've had that's not been busy, I didn't want to spend in a record store. I wanted to spend it either here in this chair streaming or in my fucking recliner. So I didn't go buy records. So whatever. Big whoop. So we're going to do some blind stabs. Are you claiming, Vance, you were doing blind pulls before MT and Mazzy? Ooh, spicy pepper emoji. Spicy pepper emoji. All right, so I'm only going to do rock. This is my rock section here behind me. And since Jay was here, I was going to get him to bounce all the way around the room, and I was going to hide my eyeballs and like whatever. So, okay, perfect. I have 5 shelves here. 3, 4, 5. I'm going to pull 5 records, one from each shelf. I'm not going to look. This is not pre-planned. This is not shenanigans. And it could be good. It could be bad. Whatever. So I'm going top shelf this time. I'm going to pull this thing on top of me. I'm kind of worried I'm going to pull this on top. And it'll kill me live on the internet. I guess content's king. All right, I'm not looking. But I have to not... I can't let this kill me. So I'm grabbing this one. Whatever this is. I didn't look. I'm not looking. Oh, okay. This is a good one. This just came from that box Metal Theologian left Carl the Envelope and myself to pilfer through, and we did the auction. There's a video on the channel, not auction, draft, where we had a box of records, and me and Carl drew straws and whoever went first, and we started pulling records out of this box. Yo, what's up, Nate? Mars? But this is the one, black and blue. And the cover doesn't do this. Well, it kind of does this record justice. It kind of does. Because it looks corny as fuck, but it's actually a good, 80s metal. Little bit of AOR kind of vibes from this. I think it's 84. Correct. I got something right. 1984, Geffen Records, black and blue. Really solid stuff. I didn't know anything about this record until Metal Theologian brought it up here. I'm so glad he did. And I gave it a little pre-spin. Actually, me and Carl played a few of these records previous to doing the draft, and this is one of the ones we played. And as we played it, I'm thinking that's near the top of my list. And so as things played out, it was still available. I got it maybe 3rd or 4th in the draft, I think, and really, really glad I did. Killer record. And look at this cover, man. These guys, you tell me these guys don't have it going on. Whew. If you've never heard that, give it a listen. If you like any kind of 80s metal at all, give that a listen if you've never checked it out. All right, let's go. Yeah, we listened to a side of that, and that made me like really like on a Saturday night. Then we did the draft on a Sunday. Yeah, so I'm going second shelf. Second shelf over here. I'm going to do this one, whatever this is. Oh, little Peter Gabriel. What's the official? This is one of the part of the trilogy, or like the ones with no name or whatever. What is this one referred to as? I don't know this one near as much. I know Melt, or I call it Melty Face. What's this one referred to as? Interesting. Also, Geffen Records. We got 2 Geffen record security. Okay. 2 Geffen records in a row. 1982. Rhythm of the Heat. I Have the Touch, The Family, and the Finishing Net. Oh, it's got Shock the Monkey on it. Okay. Lay Your Hands on Me. Wallflower, Kiss of Life. Interesting story. I've got a story behind this. A little story time. Shock the Monkey, right? So, here's the story behind this. So, I started out at North Carolina State University as a meteorology student, okay? Physical sciences. And was roommates with Cameraman, who was an engineering major. And then at some point, we diverged paths. And so, as I realized that probably wasn't for me in terms of, anyway, I ended up going into film school. Sorry, I had a stroke there for a second, or a transient ischemic attack. I ended up going into film school. Cameraman ended up going to a different college at the coast and going into chemistry and biology. When I went to film school, so I did. I went from being a physical science major to a liberal arts major, and so the requirements were quite different. So I had a lot of things that counted as electives that you would be like, what the fuck? So I had physical climatology counting as a, physical sciences elective. And I'm like, holy shit. You know how hard that class was? Can you put a gold star in my transcript, for fuck's sake? But anyway, at North Carolina State, as a science college, when it comes to foreign language, I placed out because I took a few years of French in high school and barely knew French or whatever. But that I didn't have to take anything at State. When I went to my alma mater, UNC Greensboro, for my film school, they were like, oh, but here in liberal arts, you need 4 semesters of a foreign language. And I'm like, what the fuck? So instead of doing French, is what I did in high school, I did German. We didn't have that in high school. So I started brand new fresh, and I took German 1, 2, 3, and 4 in 4 consecutive semesters, including summer sessions, including writing intensive courses. And for 3 of those sessions, I had the same teacher, Frau Campitelli. She was Italian, which was, it was weird because she would get mad and she would swear in Italian, and we didn't realize what she was saying. She's like, oh, that's not German, it's Italian, I'm pissed off, shut up. But she was one of my favorite teachers. In college, my favorite teacher of all time. She was super cool, and she had a really unique way of teaching language that kind of tricked you into learning. And one of the things she did was she used music to help learn the language. And so there were times that we listened to German hip hop and like German punk rock music and stuff like that. And she used that to help us learn the language because she knew we were 20-something schmuck college kids, and that would help us kind of get a grasp of what we were actually talking about. And one of the things she played was the German version of Shock the Monkey. That's the roundabout way of me getting to Shock the Monkey. Shock den Offen, and she played the German version, Shock den Offen, in class. And so that's what I really know from this record. Shock the Monkey is the German version, Shock den Offen. Yeah. So yeah, that was my story about that record. And I didn't really realize it was on that one. I think I go to Melty Face so often when I reach for those Peter Gabriel records in that trilogy. That because there's the one with the, what's it called, Scratch, or the one with the blades going down the front. I can't remember what it's called, but I reach for Melty Face and the one with the scratches. Is it called Scratch? Yeah. I reach for those two so often that I neglect this one so much. I don't play it ever. And then I look so much that I just realized, oh, that's the one with Shock the Monkey on it. Like, fuck. I'm sure it's fantastic. Okay, I'm going to pull this record from this shelf. Here, see what it is. Oh, wow. Okay. Hold that fucking phone, man. Japan, 10 Drum. One of my favorite 80s bands, Japan, and I think maybe self-titled, I think it was, that Scotty Strickland sent in a very early VCLT package that he sent to the program that really turned me on to Japan and how diverse of a group and how just fantastic music that Japan made. And I think I picked this one up later down the line. Yeah, this came from our little like digging spot where me and Steve have made some videos from the digging spot. Dave knows the digging spot. Dave would know. It's the price tag that says RACM. Dave knows. But Japan's 10 Drum, so I paid $2 for this. I don't know where this falls in their catalog. 1981, so still pretty early for Japan. And these records are great, man. I really enjoy this shit. David Sylvan, I mean, really, really good stuff. And I don't know that I would have gravitated toward that stuff without picking up that. That's where VCLT, like, its weight is gold. Is not only did I receive that awesome record, is that provoked me to go further into that catalog and pick that shit up like later down the road. And that's happened several times over. You know what I mean? What label is that on? Let's see. Virgin. That means ain't fucked before. Virgin. Virgin. I don't think you're supposed to say virgin on Twitch. Isn't that funny? You're not supposed to say. Ooh, look what's right next to that. I'm just going to pull that out for fun. Oh, I love this record so much. Shut up. Shut up. You shut your fucking mouth. Shut up. Shut up. Shut your mouth. You shut your fucking mouth. Shut your dirty little whore mouth. Where'd that come from? Up here? So I got to come from down here now. Do I go? I'll go all the way to this side. Oh. This is fun. I really like doing this. I'm always worried, like, I'm going to pull something out and I'm going to have nothing to say about the record. Oh yeah, Mikey Bananas is gonna be speechless. Yeah, like literally never. But I'm always worried I'm gonna pull something out and be like, oh, I don't know. But this is literally my favorite Simon and Garfunkel record. Wednesday morning, 3 a.m. Doesn't have the quintessential radio hits and the things that a lot of people would know as the Simon and Garfunkel stalwart hits, you know what I mean? But this album I think is so fantastic, and the one that really gets me is Sparrow. Holy Lord. What else is on this? I can't see. You Can Tell the World. Last night I had the strangest dream. Bleecker Streak, Sparrow, Benedictus. Sounds of Silence. Okay, Sounds of Silence is on here. He Was My Brother, Peggy O, Go Tell It on the Mountain, Sun is Burning. The Times They Are A-Changin', Wednesday morning, 3 a.m. But for me, Sparrow is what this record is all about. Such a fucking pretty song, man. Such a pretty song. To me, it's like the perfect Simon and Garfunkel song. Hey, Zach. I mean, it must be The Times They Are A-Changin'. They do. The Times They Are A-Changin' on this. But, yeah. I love this record so much. I've had this so long. I've had this record for so long. It's an early record night record that we played a lot back in the day, man. And so freaking killer, man. Really killer record. So we did this shelf. We got one more left for Dig of the Week in this Blind Stab. Yacha! Blind Stab. If Jay was here, he'd do the Sandy hook, but I don't let him do that anymore. Do I go all the way this side, all the way out? I don't want to. Okay, truth be told, I know in the middle of this bottom shelf, there's some Tool records. I don't want to talk about Tool records. So I'm avoiding that. Maybe I come all the way back over here. Here's one that's buried. Let's see what this is. Okay. A lower key record than what we've pulled out, but that's okay. That's okay. The Supremes. Where Did Our Love Go? Still quality stuff. Do I play this on the show very often? No. Are the Supremes killer? It's not arguable. You know what I mean? Would I ever just get rid of this record? No. No. Straight up Motown, baby. Woof. When this come out? Let's take a look here. It's not the most exciting record to pull out, but that's what this is about. 1964. Where Did Our Love Go? Run, Run, Run. Baby Love. When the Love Light Starts Shining Through His Eyes. That's a long title. Come See About Me, Long Gone Forever. I'm Giving You Freedom. A Breathtaking Guy. He Means the World to Me. Standing at the Crossroads of Love. Your Kiss of Fire. Ask Any Girl. Gotta love the Supremes, man. I mean, I'm not a female soul group guy necessarily, but like, you can't argue that you know where the Supremes, you know, they made their mark on fucking society for a reason. You know what I mean? Those could be metal song names, yeah. A lot of lovey-dovey stuff, but really cool stuff in general, and that's pretty awesome. Hey man, I like low key. I really like doing this. I really like doing the blind stab and pulling the shit out. That's a lot of fun, especially when, you know, I've mentioned this before, but like it's fun to go digging in your own collection sometimes, especially when your collection gets to a certain point. You're missing out constantly buying records, piling more on top, and there's a lot of stuff in your own collection that you neglect to pull out and revisit and relove and rediscover and stuff like that. And I think doing this kind of stuff kind of reminds me of that vibe, to where like it's not always about brand new records and things that you just now picked up, but if you've got any type of like substantial collection, go back and revisit stuff that's right in your own home, right on your own shelf, that you can, you know, take another listen to and have some fun with, man. Great way to handle a little dig of the week action. You know what I'm saying? Whew, baby. All right, let's take a quick commercial break, and we'll come back with a So to Speak and Chip Chat, and I'm fucking ready for it. I'm a little thirsty. I'm parched. My voice is struggling. What's up, Jason Skills? How you doing, brother? Appreciate you stopping by, homie. We'll do a quick commercial break. Come back with So to Speak and Chip Chat. I'm a little parched, a little hungry. Oof. Baby, it's literally never, ever chalked. Take that shit to the fucking bank.
Grown Man Reckon ought to be back in a minute. Stick around.
Channel F, the one with all the fun. The Fairchild Video Entertainment System at your larger JCPenney. The home entertainment system that never gets old. Plug in a new video cart and change the fun. Play tic-tac-toe, shooting gallery, or just doodle. Switch video carts and play Desert Fox. Switch again, it's blackjack. Or play the 2 built-in games, Pro Hockey or Tennis Champ. Channel F for fun. The Fairchild Video Entertainment System. Just $169.95. Video cart cartridges, $19.95 each. At your larger JCPenney.
I'm Don Keogh, president of the Coca-Cola Company. When we brought you the new taste of Coke, we knew that millions would prefer it, and millions do. And we knew that it would beat the taste of our major competitor, and it does. What we didn't know was how many thousands of you would phone and write asking us to bring back the classic taste of original Coca-Cola. Well, we read and we listened, and you know the rest. They're both yours, the new taste of Coke and Coca-Cola Classic. Your right of choice is back.
Dennis looks left and rolls right. It's a pass to Burley. Touchdown!
I'm gonna call Pete.
Hey, make sure you dial 10-10-3-2-1 first.
Why?
Because it saves me moolah.
Really?
Yeah, and it's half price for all calls over 20 minutes.
Half price? That's a lot. What about monthly fees?
No fees, no hidden charges.
Here, look how low my phone bill is.
Wow, 10-10-3-2-1 does save a lot.
Don't bother calling.
Why not?
We just lost.
Dial 10-10-3-2-1.
There's a great new taste you can't put down. Conn's corn dogs, they just hit town. Hey, Mom, we want Conn's corn dogs. Corn dogs. Conn's hot dogs and cornbread, heat and eat. It's a meal on a stick that can't be beat. Hey, Mom, we want Conn's corn dogs. Corn dogs. Get them at your store in the hot dog section. Conn's corn dogs are pure perfection. Hey, Mom, we want Conn's corn dogs. Corn dogs.
Shit, well that didn't work. Fuck. You have to pardon me. I forget there's still one thing that doesn't work. Give me a second. Watch out, Tiki. You going away too, fat boy. I'm a fat boy. Fat boy. Yeah, the problem being by myself. Had to do all those commercials and shit. But I got to be on the fucking board here. I got to be on the comms, or I can't make the commercials work. So I can't stand up and go get the fucking the soda. I was gonna do the period video. That didn't work either. Yeah, I'm by myself tonight, Jason. This is the Vin Scully version of the program, but that's okay, because it's time for a little so to speak. So to speak. Okay, so tonight for So to Speak, we revisit an old classic. And so it's not always about brand new craft sodas when it comes to So to Speak. We try to Chip Chat is always brand new stuff, you know what I mean? We're 800 plus bags deep into unique chips in Chip Chat. But So to Speak, it's kind of just whatever we're vibing on that week. And sometimes it's crazy, weird stuff we just found we've never had before. Sometimes it's an old classic that that's what you're drinking tonight, you know what I mean? And sometimes it's something you remember like, man, hadn't had this shit in a fucking while, right? Especially for me, I don't drink sugary soda, so like, this is something, I think we did it really early on in So to Speak, but I don't know that we've ever done it slushy. And I had this one in the freezer. This is going to spew everywhere. This is going to spew. I'm talking about a Fanta pineapple. Baby. 100% natural flavors, it says. Lots of sugar in this. It's corn syrup. It's not a pure cane sugar thing, but I know with my experience, one of my favorite soda memories is there was a period in my life where my mom was like between jobs for a few months, and I remember getting off the school bus in like 5th grade. I would get off the school bus and my mom would have me a Pepsi in the freezer, and she knew like to put it in there at like 2:45. So when I got home at like 3:25, the soda was just sort of slushy. So every day I would get off the school bus, come in, and I would watch the Rambo cartoon. You guys remember the Rambo cartoon? I would watch the Rambo cartoon and drink a slushy ass Pepsi every day. And it was only for 2 or 3 months while my mom was between jobs, but it's one of those soda memories that I always remember. It was just so good and so perfect when you got off that fucking school bus. So now I've got a little slushy pineapple Fanta. This is gonna spew, I betcha. I was wrong. Okay. This could be legendary though. Oof. Oof. Did you guys see that little frost that came off the... Okay, let's try this slushy Fanta pineapple. Wow. Wow. That is so good. Holy cow, that's so good. Truth be told, right now I currently have a citrus Zen in my mouth. A little upper decker. A little nicotine pouch. So I've got a little citrus thing going on already. With this, Raw Power Eric Bauer gifting a sub to the community. Thank you so much, dude. That's 23 total. to the channel. Whew. Thank you, man. Dude. Pineapple Fanta. Goes without saying, this would make a fantastic mixer for like a vodka or a rum, or even maybe like a Blanco tequila. 100%. This would be fantastic for that, but forget about all that at the moment. Just in terms of just a sugary, especially slushy soda, it don't get much better than this. When you're not even drinking, because a lot of times I'll drink a soda for the simple fact it's got a little bit of caffeine in it. Maybe I need a little extra pick-me-up. I may slug a Diet Mountain Dew or a Diet Dr. Pepper, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon when you need a little bit of that extra little, in the evening. This has no caffeine. This is just pure sugar and flavor. Man, that is so good. I don't know how readily available Fanta is. If it's everywhere. Yeah, I don't fuck with sugar sodas, and I really don't fuck with diet sodas either. I drink water or sparkling water pretty much all week long. The only time I do a soda like this would be on a Friday night when we're doing a So to Speak. Otherwise, nah, man, I'm straight. It's either like water, coffee, or alcohol for me, or tea. Like a hot tea. I do a hot tea. I like a tea in the late afternoon. But, yeah, I try to stay away from all of that stuff. So when I do something like, it makes things like this count on a Friday night. When I cheat and have a little something, it makes that shit count, man. The Fanta Orange is probably the quintessential Fanta drink. Remember those commercials in the 90s? Want a Fanta, had the chicks on it and stuff. But totally a special occasion soda, and it's it's good. It's good. It tastes good for a fucking for a little special occasion shit. I'll tell you what we should do. I'll still have to get up and get it. We'll do a little chip chat. A special chip chat, continuing a nice package sent from Mark D, Glass Orchid Aftermath, OG VCer. Some of you new cats don't know shit about some fucking Glass Orchid shit. The fuck? Stop muted.
Excessive. There's a lot of stuff on the chip, is what you're saying. Over thick. Pompous. Look at that. Es delicioso. Sting City.
All right, sorry. There was for some reason that was muted from the get, but it's okay. Give me a moment. I gotta stand up and get this bag of chips. See, I'm on the helm here. I'm fucking hitting hotkeys and shit. I don't have time to stand up. I got nobody to get my fucking shit for me. Stop looking at these, Tink. Tink's already eyeballing these things. This bag rattled, and she was like, "What will you get?" So our pal Mark sent us a box last week, and we did the most important. He sent me a message and just said, "Have you seen the roast pork Hers chips, or it may be Hares?" He's a Pennsylvania guy, and without a doubt, the mecca when it comes to potato chips is Pennsylvania, USA. Hers is there. Snyder of Hanover's is there. I think the Martin chips maybe are from there as well. Lots and lots and lots of chips come from Pennsylvania. And a lot of these from the Hers chips, Utz as well. Utz is another one. Utz is also from Pennsylvania. So some of the big dogs in the chip world all Pennsylvania. And some of the stuff from the Hers camp seems to be pretty localized when it comes to some of their flavors. So like that roast pork, that's a very, I think that's a very Philly thing, that roast pork thing. Because I know some of the markets, it's like a roast pork sandwich where they put broccoli rabe on top of the sandwich. That's the one we did last week. Very good chip. This is another one that was in that package last week. Also that was in that package, let me just say, as great as these chips are, this bumper sticker that was also in the package, ooh, this is one of those moments of the year. Oh. Anyway, so tonight what we're going to do is a little tomato pie. You see that flavored Philly? So maybe these are all like local vibes from Pennsylvania. Let me put on my reader so I can see what this has to say. Let's see. So it says, Hers flavored by Philly contest finalists. So apparently they had a contest up there, much like what Lay's does with their flavors. Corey, I can't. There's a sticker, so I can't say Corapole is something Italian bakery and deli. They got a little like the stickers covering it up. Oh. Corapolsi. Let's read the back together, please. We partnered with 3 local small businesses to transform their award-winning flavors onto our timeless potato chips. They are only available for a limited time, so try all 3 this summer. Must be the 3 he sent us. Corapolsi Italian Bakery and Deli has been a community staple since 1924. Now in its 4th generation of family ownership, their signature tomato pie attracts customers from all over the Philly area. The flavors of delicately sweet tomato sauce and Romano cheese, combined with our hearty potato chips, provide a snack that's hard to put down. I've always said, don't get it twisted, I'm a professional writer. I write for a living, okay? Part of my job is I write for a living. But like one of my pipe dreams is to write the back of potato chip bags. These little hype stanzas on the back of potato chip bags. If I could do something for a living, is writing these. The flowery language that they use to describe chips. Ever since I was a little fat fuck kid, they've always just made me salivate from reading the way that they say things like that. You know what I mean? It's not pizza. Tomato pie is a different thing. You can kind of see there, but it's like, it's much more of a kind of a country down home thing than a pizza. It doesn't have the Italian flavor, I don't think. I don't know. This is from an Italian bakery, though. Somebody look up what tomato pie is. But anyway, and this is a great time of the year. Looking for someone to put my snooze. My mom's getting fresh tomatoes in right now, so it's time. Here in the South, this is the time. I don't know. You guys up north may do this too. But we're getting fresh tomatoes, so it's time to eat tomato sandwiches. I'm not a big tomato guy, but I do love a fresh tomato sandwich. You know, something right out of the garden. A little toasted white bread, some mayo, salt and pepper on some tomatoes. Whew, baby. That's some South in your mouth, baby. Okay, now these are a ridged chip. And the smell is devastatingly something. As soon as you open the bag, you get that sweet tomato just right off the rib. I will say that not a lot of great big chips in here. These did travel via mail. So, but it is a ridged chip. Lots of stuff on the chip. I don't know what would be, like, other than tomato. I don't know what it would, I don't know if there's, like, other hints of, like, onion or, like, you know, cilantro or, like, whatever. I don't know. Let's give it a shot. Excesso. Whoa. Just what it smells like. Heavy tomato. When I say tomato, it's very like sweet tomato. Like a marinara. Doesn't taste like a pizza. Doesn't taste like lasagna or spaghetti. Just a sweet tomato. Wow. Those are so good. Oh my God. And I do know, I've seen tomato pie. I've seen it here in the South, actually, to where it looks like a circular pie, but like really heavy on the tomato, almost like your ketchup chip. Oh yeah. And you know, growing up here, Jason, we had at least here, there was a brand of chips called Moore's. Moore's was the brand. And they had a ketchup chip when I was growing up, and I ate the fucking horror out of those things. They were so fantastic, and that brand and that flavor largely went away. You could not find those chips or that brand any longer. And then recently, you know, I started seeing, like, up in Canada, the tomato chips. I'm like, oh, I grew up eating tomato chips. And then Doritos has recently done the ketchup Doritos. But yeah, I loved ketchup chips growing up. They're kind of close to that, probably closer to that than anything. I can't think of anything else that's like I said. Like, you remember like the God damn it? Do you remember pizzerias? Who remembers pizzerias? I think they were made by Keebler, maybe, but they were a chip that based on pizza. Man, those were fantastic. Or like the pizza, aren't there pizza Pringles? It lacks that. It lacks the Italian spice that those chips have. It doesn't have that. It's just mostly tomato, which largely I'm not a tomato guy. But this works. I mean, it just works. You had Hostess chips here. That was the company that had the killer ketchup chips in the 80s. Holy shit. Oh, man. Oh, let me ask a Canadian question, Jason. What's the company that makes your macaroni and cheese up there? It's not Kraft. There's another brand. And like down here, we're like, wait, what? What brand is it that makes your like basic mac and cheese up there? Because it blew my mind. Totally blew my mind. My throat hurts so bad. I'm going to be struggling tomorrow. They call it Kraft Meal or something? There was a streamer I was watching, Craft dinner. Maybe that's it. They call it craft dinner. Yeah. Maybe that's what it was. But yeah. Anyway, I love the variations between the Canadian and Annihilator wrote a song about it? No way. For real? Oh man. Craft dinner. Oh yeah. Whew. That just made me hungry all over again. Got the spirals. Hang on the spirals. Don't sing Tool, Mike. Fuck. What's wrong with you? Folks, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Us. Me. Us. You. The communal us. Or stuff. We're not quite done. We're going to go back over to Twitch and play a couple of record albums. Breakfast King, oh, you go for some, yeah, dude. Oh, here's my little, like, I make a little craft macaroni and cheese. Actually, I learned this from, you can't see him over there. You can't see him over there. I learned this from Dr. Disrespect, actually. Little craft mac and cheese, but you put some green peas in with it. Green peas and mac and cheese. The 3 cheese. Get the 3 cheese mac and cheese, and you put peas in it. All of this is rhyming. I should be writing bars about this as I'm saying this. But yeah. No way on the peas? I don't know, man. Something to think about. Books. Check them out. Appreciate you guys. Go back over to Twitch and hang out with us. We're going to play a couple more record albums before we get off for the evening. And special assignment. I don't know why I said assignment. Tomorrow night, going to be doing a little special thing with Mr. Bizarro over on his channel, the Cerberus Sessions. It's going to be a lot of fun. I appreciate him inviting me. So be looking for that. I think he said 9:30 Eastern Daylight Time. So that should be a lot of fun. It's cool because I think Jay's sick, so I'm going to be sitting here by myself, and that's not good for anybody. So instead, I'll hang out with you guys. Yeah, check your local listings. Facts, Vance. Appropriately put. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for the commitments, the recommitments, the continued support of the channel. It means the fucking world to this old boy over here. Baby, 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 baby. Whew. The fist bumps are in. Catch you guys later, man. Appreciate you.